Hi guys, welcome to Game Racer. In this video I'm doing a little response to David Retro Games Played Badly, where he answered 11 retro gaming based questions. So I thought some interesting questions in there, why not, let's give it a go, get involved. So here goes. So the first question was, what was the first game you remember playing on a console or computer? Well, the first game I ever played was not on either of those, it would have been in the arcade, and that game was Boogie Boy, which I have a copy here for the Amiga. That was the first game I clearly remember that attracted me to gaming in the first place, so that's what got me hooked originally. Oh, see, David does this in his videos, he balances the games up, he makes it look very easy, but it's not. There's quite a skill to that. So yeah, in terms of computers, would have been the Spectrum. That was my first computer. I think I got it in Christmas of '88, I think it was. I may be wrong, maybe '89. But it was the Spectrum Plus 2 with the tape deck built into the side, the 128K one. And it came with the light gun and a cassette, well, a couple of cassettes with 6 games on, I think it was. I think it had Operation Wolf, Bullseye, Missile Command. They're all light gun games. I can't remember the rest of them. But I think it was the Missile Command one was the first one that we played on it, and then I think Operation Wolf after that. That's my first memory of computers. In terms of consoles, I think it was Super Mario Brothers on the NES. I remember my friend Michael getting it and going around his house. He just put this cartridge in the slot and the game came up instantly, and I was like, what? You don't wait for 5 minutes for the tape to load up, or it doesn't load and you have to restart it? And he's like, yeah, it just works immediately. And I was like, wow, that is amazing. This is like massive leaps forward compared to cassettes. So eventually I did get a NES, you know, a couple of years later, and I got that with Super Mario Brothers 3. But no, it was Super Mario Brothers 1 that I first played. So third question, what is your favourite gaming controller? I think looking back, I think first it would have been the Sega Mega Drive, the original 3-button joypad. Just such an elegant design, massive pad, fits in your hands nicely. I have big hands anyway, so this fits perfectly. Just simple with the 3 buttons, a start button, 8-way direction pad. This was just brilliant. But then we moved on, didn't we, to Super Nintendo. They had to do one better, well, 3 better, didn't they, with the extra 3 buttons. So you got the shoulder buttons, the 4 buttons. This is a great pad, but I don't feel it's as comfortable as the Mega Drive. I feel the 3-button Mega Drive for me is one of the better ones from that generation. But overall, if I had to choose a gamepad overall, I think I would go with Nintendo GameCube. I just think with Nintendo ergonomics, they got it right with this one. Not like the N64 with a 3-handed job, that was a bit strange. But still worked, I suppose. But this just fits in your hands lovely. Nice curved trigger buttons. Just the ergonomics are second to none. I mean, I wouldn't say the build quality is necessarily as good as a PlayStation or Xbox maybe, but I don't know, it's not far off. But for me, I think that's the best joypad. Not that it gets used very much, that many GameCube games, but yeah, I do love that pad, it's a great pad. Right, so we've got question 4. Would you watch a YouTube channel to find out all the secrets and glitches before playing it? No, I wouldn't. I don't want to ruin it. Unless I'm getting really stuck on an area, then I might go and watch to find out how to get out of it. But other than that, no. Right, so next question. What game would make a brilliant anime movie? I had to think long and hard about that one, because there's a lot of movies been made from video games. I mean, you've got your Super Mario, Sonic, Street Fighter's been done, Mortal Kombat's been done. So then I thought, why not the Chaos Engine? That's not, I don't think there's anything done on that. I mean, it's a bit of a steampunk shoot 'em up, so that would make quite an interesting movie. I think there's 6 characters to choose from, so I'm sure they could do plenty of story based on those. So yeah, I think that would make a good anime movie. Balance that up there. Oh, we did it that time. Right, so what is the best console era of gaming for you? The thing that stands in my mind, and the thing that got me into retro gaming in the first place, when I started watching YouTube, watching a lot of the regulars, and you were seeing a lot of 16-bit stuff seem to spring to mind. So the first thing I did was I got a Super Nintendo when I started retro collecting, and I thought, I had a Super Nintendo back in the day. I got another one with Street Fighter 2. And just gradually started collecting games from there. That would have been in about 2007. So yeah, I think the 16-bit era stands out to me. I mean, I don't have a SNES anymore, or a NES. I did get rid of those because I was fed up with all the loose cartridges. So what I did was I bought a SNES Mini, which is what this is running on here. So you can mod it, you can add extra games on it, as I've done here. I've got Top Gear running on it, so that pretty much covers all my NES and SNES needs, and I ain't got all the loose cartridges everywhere. So what I do keep now is Mega Drive. That's what I do collect, because you've got the nice solid cases. So yeah, Mega Drive, 16-bit, SNES, Mega Drive. That's my era. That's my happy place in gaming, I think. I mean, I do love the PlayStation when that came out. It was all new and exciting. But no, I'll always have a place in my heart for the 16-bit era. I think that was the pinnacle of 2D gaming at the time. Right, next question. So what inspired you to create a YouTube channel? So first off, I just started searching for retro games just to see footage of them before I bought them. So that's where it really started. And then I saw all these other people, like Tutti UK, Jonas Deloro, I think Shock 16 was it, who else? There's a few others, I can't remember the names now. But no, just watching them and they were talking about the games, I thought, oh, that's interesting, but that wasn't really what I wanted to do when I started a YouTube channel. I really wanted to see how it all works. How do you get all your video onto YouTube? I was more interested in the technical side at first. So I started off with my PS4, just putting gameplay on. Then I got on the PC and thought, oh, what else can I do? So I put some gameplay footage from the PC. Then I think I did a review, that was it. Just did a review, so I did narration, I got a microphone. Didn't really want my face to be seen, to be honest. I was just like, the whole thought of it terrified me. So I was just doing basic reviews, but then I thought, what, I'll sit in front of the camera one day, so I did do that. The results were shocking, but it's the first time, I was like a rabbit in the headlights, basically. I mean, I still wouldn't say I'm 100% confident in front of the camera. I think I've got a little bit better since I started, but no, I just got down the rabbit hole of YouTube. It just got me going, oh, well, I could do this, I can have a go at that. And then once you get in front of the camera, it's it does get easier. It's like anything else, isn't it? It's like riding a bike. Once you've learned, you're fine, but initially it is quite nerve-wracking. But anyone who's out there who's thinking of doing this, just give it a go. I mean, you've got nothing to lose. Just try it. If you don't like it, stop doing it. But as I say, it's become a bit of an addiction now, where I kind of enjoy doing the videos. And I do struggle for time to get many videos out, because I feel I have to do them if I feel like doing a video. I don't want to just do a video just for the sake of doing it. I mean, I have done that sometimes in the past, a bit like the last Star Wars one I did. It was in a massive rush, and I was like, and I think it showed on the video the quality wasn't very good. Not that overly all matters, I suppose, but I like to try and get the quality as good as I can get it. I know it's not right up there, but you know, I just like to try and do the best I can and just improve every time that I make a video. So yeah, but yeah, you know, I'm enjoying it, and I'll keep doing it while I enjoy it. As I say, yeah, don't do it if you're not enjoying it. And I've heard a lot of people saying that, a lot of veterans on YouTube saying that. Do videos when you're in a happy place and you're enjoying it. Right, so what is your favourite handheld device? I mean, back in the day, I had the original Game Boy, and I also had a Game Gear as well. But I think for me overall the Game Boy was brilliant. I mean, it didn't have the colour screen and all that, but the batteries would last for at least 10 hours. Whereas the Game Gear, if you put cheap batteries in, you'd be lucky if you saw half an hour. If you put Duracells or Energizer, you might get 4 hours, I think, if you're lucky with the sound down. But most of the time with that, I was just sat by a wall socket against the wall playing it, or in the car with the car charger with the Game Gear. I don't really have any handheld. Well, I don't have any handhelds at the minute. I'd say the only handheld at the moment that's my favourite would probably be this. The hair clippers, which I'm about due a cut anyway as it is. Especially in these coronavirus times, you know, so I am avoiding the barbers. So, yeah, I'll just use this. That's my favourite handheld at the moment. Hair clippers. So PlayStation or Xbox? I had an Xbox just at the end of its life pretty much. I bought it pretty cheap. I think it was like £80 from Argos. It came with like four different games: Halo 2, Forza, Fable, and some other game I can't remember. But no, I remember buying it. That would have been about 2006. I was saving to buy a house. So I thought instead of me going out all the time, I thought I'd buy a cheap console just to get me, keep me in the house, keep me entertained, while I try and save some money. And I thought 80 quid, it's got some decent games, that'll keep me busy. And they were going pretty cheap at the time as well, because it was the end of the life of the console. And again, that's when I started going into retro gaming after that. So that was my time with Xbox, but mainly I'd say on PlayStation. I've had all 4 machines up to PS4. From PS1. The PS4 I did sell recently, and I just got fed up with the updates. I mean, Gran Turismo Sport was great online, but I was just getting fed up with the updates on it, and I didn't really have the time to play it massively, so I thought, well, I'll get rid of it. It's not getting used, so I've got PS2, PS3 now. PS2 I can use all the PS1 games on anyway. So now I'll say, overall, I'm a PlayStation fan. In terms of the new consoles, I'd probably go in the Xbox camp. I think I'm probably a bit fed up with PlayStation now. I don't think I'd bother with the PS5. I probably would go down the Xbox route if I was to get the latest console. So yeah, that's my answer to that. What do you think of emulation? I think emulation, it has its place. I do enjoy collecting games. A lot of the games, if I'm thinking of collecting, I may not have played. I might try them on emulation first, just to see what they're like. Obviously, see the videos on YouTube as well. In terms of Nintendo, like I say, I've got my SNES Mini, playing all these games. I don't want all the loose cartridges. I don't want to take up all the space with that, and I think they just look ugly, loose cartridges. You want boxes, and if you do get them boxed, yeah, they're very expensive. If you don't include the price of the objects, it's just the boxes are so flimsy anyway. I remember back in the day with my SNES games, you just put them back in the box, they'd be worn out within 6 months anyway, so they're very, very flimsy boxes, Nintendo. So I've gone down the route of emulation with that. But as I say, I do like to collect all the original games if I can. And obviously, I think, like David said, I think if things are prohibitively expensive, then yeah, probably better to go down the emulation route. But again, depends on your budget as well. I mean, if I didn't have any budget, I wouldn't be collecting all these games. I would just do emulation on a PC or a Raspberry Pi or just on the SNES Mini. If I had to sell all of this tomorrow, that is what I would do. But you know, you can still enjoy the gaming that way. So yeah, I think emulation has its place. You know, it's each to their own really. So yeah. I would also add with emulation as well, I'd say, you know, it's preserving gaming history as well, because a lot of these old consoles, you know, they're not going to last forever. So yeah, I think it preserves the history of gaming as well, so that's a good help with that. So what's the scariest game demo you ever played? This is the last question. It's scary games, I mean, I think, you know, Doom and Quake. I think the first Quake on PC, I remember playing that late at night with the headphones on and roaming around the dungeons, these monsters, you could hear them and then they suddenly jump out on you. That's probably my first experience of a scary game. Overall, I'd say scariest game I've played is Rage so far. It's when you go into some of the rooms, some of the buildings. I remember the first time I went in, we've got all these monsters lurking around in there, and you can hear them, and it's just the sounds and the way they jump out at you. I think, you know, it did an absolutely brilliant job with Rage. It really was. I mean, it's a bit like a Mad Max game where you're zooming around on dirt buggies in a desert. As I say, when you do go into some of these buildings, it just, you know, scared the shit out of me basically. Yeah, I'd love to see that on VR. I've not tried anything on VR yet, but yeah, I think, yeah, you'd want to jump out of the headset with that one. So yeah, that for me is the scariest game. So yeah, put that there. So yeah, that's all the questions answered. So you know, I hope from answering them you got to know a little bit more about myself. I guess answering these questions, it does make you think about you know, your gaming history. So yeah, so I wouldn't mind doing another one like this. It was quite good fun actually. So yeah, as I say, if you want to do a video response to this as well, I'll put a link to David's channel in the bottom there in the description, and you know, have a go yourself. So yeah, okay, thanks for watching. See you next time.